I just don't understand where we went wrong. I cut the fire prevention budget by $100 million. I rerouted all the natural water sources to the ocean. I didn't maintain the emergency water reservoirs. How am I responsible? I'm doing my job. Some people are just hard to please, Gavin. I spent $17.5 million firefighting dollars on the homeless and never even got a thank you. Oh, I know. I'll go out and take photos of me looking at the debris so I can show Californians that I'm doing my job. And then I'll go on a media run to make it look more like I'm doing my job. Wow, what a great plan. And maybe I can set up a resource to help the victims. Like it'll be online at URL or in person at location accessible by route. All I need is a reporter who's an expert at looking good. Gavin, does this outfit make me look fat? The worst thing imaginable is anyone thinking I'm fat. It doesn't make you look fat. Do you think it makes me look ripped or hot? No, you look good. Just good? That's what you think of me?
Absolutely hilarious. Today we're checking out some amazing comedian roasting Gavin Newsom non-stop. Let's go.
And do you see what Gavin Newsom said to him?
No.
Gavin Newsom said that you should be posting this. That we're going to make it illegal. And I'm going to sign a law. And he said, Professor, suck on these nuts.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. Elon retweets altered Kamala Harris campaign. Says manipulating voices in an ad like this should be illegal. I'll be signing a bill in a matter of weeks to make sure it is. And then he says underneath, I checked with renowned world authority Professor Sug on D's nuts, and he said parody is legal in America.
Oh my God.
What a wild dude.
Wow.
What a wild dude. Because he's not scared of those folks, because he's the richest man in the world.
He is slick in that he is a lizard person, but everything, every single...
What does that mean?
Well, lizards are slippery, but every single thing that he said was a lie. Everything he said. I mean, this place, California, and come on, Bill. This place, did you see the homeless encampment right outside this studio? Right outside this studio. I actually brought some fentanyl.
I talk about California's problems a lot, which is probably why Governor Newsom has not been on the show in 6 years.
I just love Dave Rubin. He's a funny guy. He's a straight up guy.
I'll be in the car.
So I think you've done enough this evening. You can take the rest of the week off.
Thank you.
Charlie,
We've all been there, right?
Yes, we have. Yeah, it's noisy in this city.
Yeah.
Charlie, is he talking with his hands, or is this some kind of distraction maneuver?
I think, okay, well, I'm Italian, and I talk with my hands. I'm doing it right now. They have lives of their own. And I have never seen someone to the extent that Gavin Newsom just spoke with his hands do anything like that. So, I mean, congratulations, I suppose.
President Trump has recently criticized your leadership. What does the future of California look like?
To be honest with you, I try to block that rhetoric, because the words that come out of his mouth, all the words out of his lips, they don't mean anything to me. He needs to use these more, because the future of California is bright. It's so bright. When you really try to look at it, I mean, really, really look at how bright it is, you're going to need shades to live in California 24 hours a day.
There are some super funny comedians over there at Valuetainment Comedy. Make sure you check them out.
Okay, so let me just tell you, the reason I'm debating Governor Newsom is he knows more people have been leaving his state of California to come to Florida.
Now, if I could correct you, less people have left my state of California per capita than any other state.
Let me just tell you, and Biden might not even be the nominee. So get in the race. What are you waiting for, Gavin?
Of my lifetime, but you wear heels, you can't smile. We all know this.
Okay, first of all, it's not true. I can totally smile.
Well, let me just tell you, you're a bully, you're a fraud, you're a narcissist.
You
don't believe
I don't do
that everybody deserves equal rights and protection under the law.
In Florida, you have only the pronoun you're born with. You're a man or a woman, and I'm proud of that.
I am going to be a president.
I will not let you down.
For all of California.
I won't let you down. No,
I am Will Arnett,
and this
is not smartless.
Hi, I'm Gavin Newsom, the governor of California. This is a message for the people of America, given in my authentically recorded, non-AI voice. Thanks to my leadership over the last several years, California has become a world leader in extremist, left-wing governance. My policies were so effective that almost 1 million people are now fleeing the state every year. We even ran out of U-Hauls. During the COVID pandemic, I locked everyone in their homes and shut down businesses for months. Not the French Laundry, though. That's my favorite restaurant. Last year, I cleaned up the dangerous, messy streets of San Francisco, because Chinese Communist President Xi was coming, and I really wanted to impress him. He's my boss, after all. This year, I signed legislation that allows me to take custody of your kid if you refuse to give him artificial hormones and chop off his genitals. Because if you don't do that, you're a bigot, and bigots shouldn't be allowed to have kids. I've also led the way in green energy by banning all cars that don't run on electricity. Then I banned almost all the electricity. This is smart leadership. On my watch, the cost of living and homelessness have skyrocketed. Schools are failing. Drug dealers and human traffickers are pouring across the border. And poop has covered the sidewalks of San Francisco. This is the positive, joyful vision we offer as Democrats. That's why.
Absolutely ridiculous. So honestly, Gavin Newsom has to be one of the worst governor ever.
Hello, minions of California. It's your governor, Gavin Newsom. And as many of you know, we are currently experiencing a massive heat wave. I'm doing my part to reduce energy consumption by not wearing pants. It's a great way to be ready for when things are about to heat up even more. I encourage all of my fellow Californians to please conserve energy as much as possible. And I encourage all Californians to please limit the use of indoor appliances as much as you possibly can, so that we can get this heat wave under control.
That was kind of a great impersonation, I believe.
Oh, hi, it's me, your governor, Gavin Newsom, pronouns he and him. I obviously am so appreciative of all the hard work California is doing to keep this heat wave under control. And I promise if we keep it up, we just need 2 more weeks to flatten the sun. Please, do not use your air conditioners. Do not eat food. Do not charge your electric cars that I'm forcing everybody to buy. And try not to talk. Talking emits carbon dioxide, which we need to reduce. And starting to...
Tyler Fisher is absolutely hilarious. I love him.
Governor Newsom, what are you going to do to stop this?
Yes, ma'am.
What are you going to do?
I am on the phone with the president right now, trying to get the resources and galvanize efforts together to combat this terrible disaster.
How?
I am literally on the phone with him right now. I have to get back.
I want to listen. I want to hear the conversation.
I am trying to get service. That's the issue. A lot of power. We've lost a lot of power. People are struggling, and I totally understand your situation, especially for your daughter. I have children myself. I have 4 children, and I am on the phone literally in the middle of a sentence with President Biden.
Okay, so let me listen to the conversation.
We are trying to get service so that I can access the president immediately and continue our conversation.
You said he was literally on the phone. That's what you just said. You're just lying.
Joe, how's it going?
Of course he's lying. Gavin Newsom has to be a professional liar, honestly. Make sure you like this video and subscribe if you enjoyed the content, and you can also become a channel member by clicking the join button below.
Lost touch with what everyday Americans want, so we're going to put God back in the Pledge of Allegiance, and we're going to put Donald Trump Jr. in the Pledge of Allegiance. I want to tell Californians we're going to make Donald Trump the God King of Greenland. No BS. We're going to take the puberty blockers we've been giving to illegal immigrants, and we're going to use them to fight the fires. We're going to spray the puberty blockers on the fire, and that's going to actually block the puberty of the fire, and I think that Californians need to be really excited about that.
Governor Gavin Newsom here. And as we can tell, this city's been devastated by the fires. The winds have been a big cause of the fires. But there's a catastrophic gale force wind of miss, dis, tris, piss, kiss, and disinformation. As you can see here, we have been saving water. This is a pool and a hot tub 40 miles away from where the fires happened. And we've been collecting this water. Now, this water is being saved for the Srila killifish. It's a rare fish used by the Chakawaka, Paka, Maka, Chaka, Hakawaka, Chaka, Chaka tribe. They need the fish
Guys, this is too good. I can't. I just love how he points out how absurd what Gavin Newsom has been doing.
Governor, what is the status right now of the fire?
Yeah. Well, we are sending in some of our finest lesbians.
What? What do you plan to do?
Yeah. Well, I just got off the phone with 2 lesbians that we're going to be sending in to continue fighting the blaze and to help get this under control. Even places like Portland, San Francisco, they're sending us some of their finest lesbians to come and help mitigate this disaster. Even New York City, Austin, Texas are going to be sending us some of their lesbians as well. And we're going to be working day in and day out to get this under control.
Okay, but why does their sexual orientation matter?
Well, we obviously, think it's important that not only that we get this fire under control, but that those who come in to assist in fighting
guys, this is so good.
So it's LGBTQIAA+. Plus means they're going to add more letters soon, to be continued. Once you get around 20, 25 letters, you need a song to remember all the letters. So I predict by 2030, we're all going to learn our gay BCs. LGBTQIA. Now I know my gay BCs. Next time, won't you pee with me? Come on, let's all pee together. That's the goal. Unity in the urinal. Yeah. So anyway, piss on the apple. That's what I just did. Let me get Gavin Newsom right there. Yeah. Oh, whoa! Watch out, buddy. He's gonna have to dry clean his French laundry after this.
Politicians, they all do this. I mean, Obama, respectfully, the word salad he comes up with.
He doesn't say anything. He says
even on the
nothing.
Israel stuff, he's like, it's true that there's pain on both sides. And it's also true that there's pain on one side.
Right. But there is a new sheriff in the word salad department in town. And that man's name is Gavin Newsom. He
also should be recognized, not just the things we fall short of expectation, but the things where we exceed expectation.
Wow.
What just happened?
There's even a cadence. I mean, when we're doing a lot of these things here, I'm taking a sip of water, I'm putting the water down, we're watching the water's half full or it's half empty, depending on how you want to look at it. It's all about perspectivality. Proportionality, we have a lot of water here, we're sipping the water, we're putting the water back, I'm talking to the microphone will give me the audio and the feedback, positive and negative, that we need to discuss.
And negative,
we need to be open to a myriad of ideas. There's a multitude of ideas. There's a mixing board here, there's pens here. Pens convey knowledge, we write those knowledge down, we purvey it to the outside world. That is how society thrives.
That was good. Now that Kamala Harris is gone, Gavin Newsom is the new king of word salads.
Democrats don't know what to do. They're desperate. Democrats have to reorganize and rebuild, and they don't know who to run in 2028. They used to have this front runner, Gavin Newsom. He even debated DeSantis. He was not in the run against Biden. He was hoping for Biden to die, but it didn't happen. He debated DeSantis, and he was not even a nominee. That was their front runner. But after Los Angeles fires, Gavin Newsom is no longer the front runner. He has fallen in second place, just behind Luigi Mangione. Now, Luigi Mangione is the guy who murdered the CEO of a health insurance company in December. Can you believe these Democrats? Can you believe that part of the Democratic base adores and reveres this scumbag lowlife? And the rest of them like Luigi Mangione?
That was good. That was pretty good. This guy has some good jokes. Super funny to watch. Let's watch Gavin Newsom getting absolutely destroyed by Charlie Kirk.
Hope you guys retreat.
Yeah, you kind of like the
more
advice.
for us.
You like
I mean,
the advice.
there's no opposition. There's no activist spark. You guys are posting these cringe videos on social media.
What are the videos? What are the ones that
I don't
are
know.
most
This
cringy?
like harmonious thing of like 22 senators all saying the same
You
thing.
didn't like that, yeah.
I didn't like it.
What do you-
Go
what do
ahead.
you-
Go do more of that.
What do you do?
Please.
What do you do? Seriously, Charlie Kirk, give us some advice.
Get better ideas, Governor. To President Trump's credit, he also harmonized with this strategy by going on podcasting and using TikTok. He personified what a lot of young people, especially young men, wanted back in their politics, which was an ascendant rebel attitude against these institutions that have failed them so miserably.
Mal, any message
from you to Governor Newsom or Karen Bass tonight?
Spend less on hair gel. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, what can I say to them? Not big admirer of either. I don't like him either.
He does not listen, ever. Maybe, is this a tipping point for him? Did you get the feeling he really wants to change?
I don't know. I think he wants to be president, Sean, more than anything else on the planet. I think you can agree he has more political ambition than almost anybody in the Democrat Party. And I think he understands that the entire country is moving center-right and is accelerating at a rapid pace. In fact, we are course correcting after 4 failed years under Joe Biden and all of the woke stuff and the anti-common sense movement. Gavin Newsom had me on his podcast, and I was shocked all of a sudden where he decided to diverge away from the orthodox opinion in the Democrat Party, which is as simple as saying that it's not fair that a biological man can compete in female sports. Now, number one, I don't believe that he actually has any heartfelt beliefs in this. I think it's purely political transactional.
Gavin Newsom had an opportunity to have millions of gallons a week, a day, millions and millions of gallons come down from the north. And I was able to get him federal approval from that, from the Department of Commerce of all departments. I didn't realize it would go through Commerce. I would have thought environmental, but it goes through Commerce. I got all of the approvals, and he said, I don't want to sign it. I don't want the water. We don't need the water. I said, you need the water.
Well, it's obvious by now that Gavin Newsom is one of the worst governors ever. He did a terrible job, honestly, with California and keep doing a terrible job. In my opinion, hopefully he will not run for president or he will do terrible things in the future. I truly believe that he should resign. He should simply resign and he should be replaced. Let's see what Tim from Team Cass has to say about him.
The right is going to go after him and say, this guy's smarmy. And the left is going to say, this guy's smarmy. This is the problem Democrats have had over the past decade. They know that if they go up against the progressive sect, they lose 10 points. And maybe they can win 30% with the existing moderate Democrat base, but 30% doesn't get you over the line unless you've got like a 4-way race, which ain't happening anytime soon. So now Gavin Newsom is like, we've got to moderate. We need to pull the party closer to the center if we want to start attracting people. So what happens? Sits down with Charlie Kirk, plans his podcast. Everyone on the right immediately is like, nice try, Gavin. We know what you're doing. And then the left goes, I can't believe you would say those things about trans people.
He said
so he's lost.
There's a lack of fairness with men and women's sports, I think. I didn't see that part of the interview, but that's what I heard he said.
The most plain thing you could possibly say is it just acknowledge biological reality and say that it's not fair, and he's getting torched for it.
It was a great moment because he was like, Charlie, what do I do? What should I do? Like, he was basically prostrating himself to Charlie Kirk, like, how can I win? And Charlie's like, you got to say that it's not cool to have men and women's sports. And then I guess he did. And he was like, yeah, it's not fair. That's the point of the video where I hit the stop button.
And now he's getting attacked by progressives.
I had about a minute to come up with, what are you going to say to Gavin Newsom? And I just went, why'd you shut the beaches? Governor, why did you shut the beaches in California during COVID?
That was so funny.
You just knew he'd go like, and if you watch that, it's pretty funny. Like at a certain point, I go, why'd you shut the beaches? And then he goes, we didn't have data. We didn't know anything. I go, well, if you didn't know anything, why'd you do it? Which is always my question because everyone's like, we didn't know anything. I'm like, then shut up. Then don't do anything if you don't know anything, idiots. Your excuse is, I don't know anything. You who govern, you know nothing, but you're going to do stuff based on knowing nothing. So I kept hitting him a little bit. And then I told him, he arrested a paddleboarder. And then I asked him the science behind closing outdoor dining. And at some point, if you watch that, he goes, okay, Adam, I think the guy's dangerous and irresponsible and a sociopath. And other than that, I'm a big fan, but there's something wrong. There's something wrong with Gavin Newsom.
That was absolutely hilarious. I could not have said it any better. This guy is dangerous. He's an idiot. He's a sociopath. Honestly, let me know what you think about Gavin Newsom. I think he did terrible things with California. That's exactly why so many people flew California to go to states like Texas or Florida or Arizona. Honestly, he should resign. He should simply resign. I don't think he has a chance to be president after what he did with California. Honestly, I don't think people are going to vote for him at all. They are pretty unhappy with Gavin Newsom, especially after the LA wildfire. That was absolutely ridiculous. The poor management of water in the state was absolutely catastrophic, and people are very much unhappy with Gavin Newsom by now. And I think his political career is basically over. Nobody trusts him on the right. Nobody trusts him on the left after they saw their home basically completely burned down in LA, in California. That was super sad to see, super terrible to see. My heart goes out to all of the people that lost everything in the LA wildfire. Let me know what you think about Gavin Newsom. I hope you enjoyed this video with me. I hope you had some great laugh with me today. I sure did. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed it. You can also join the channel and become a member to support me and my work right here so that I keep making great videos like this one just for you. Thanks for staying with me till the end. I appreciate you being here. And click right there to watch the next video, and I will see you there. Bye bye.